It happened. This morning I woke up to see that 1 minute ago Lionsgate had posted a new Sunrise on the Reaping trailer. I have not yet watched it because I wanted to watch with you. I really have no preamble. If you found this video, you know where we're at and what we're talking about. Per usual, we're gonna go into the computer and watch the full trailer. I will talk here and there in an effort to avoid copyright issues. Then we will go through again, stopping and looking at things. This is all very exciting. Hold on to your hats, let's go.
Haymitch, Abernathy. I bet I know a thing or two about you. You love her and she loves you.
I did not think we'd start here.
But now, you are on your own.
Oh my gosh.
To the second Quarter Quell.
You're kidding.
You have no idea what's in store for you. Twice the number of tributes, twice the glory.
Presentation
Oh my
could save your
gosh.
life.
Shoulders back, big smile.
You're brilliant if you drink it.
I confess to having a moment.
What do you think about the games having 100% more competitors than usual?
Oh my gosh.
From what I've seen, they're 100% stupid as usual.
What a good delivery.
President Snow has all the power.
Why do you submit to it all?
If we can stop the games, we can stop the capital
Oh
too.
my gosh. I knew she was hugging him in
It's a
that.
killing machine. But all machines can be broken.
Go out there and make them remember you.
The exact line Haymitch says.
I was sick of living in fear. Just surviving. We're not animals to kill for their entertainment.
If you disobey me, we shall open the bloodbath with the longest, most drawn-out death your people have ever seen. And may the odds be.
No way. No way. No way. Sorry, excuse me. Let's review. We've gotten this scene before.
Haymitch, Abernathy. I bet I know a thing or two about you.
Okay. At this point forward, there will be spoilers for the book. If you have not read the book, it is so worth it, but it is your time to exit. I do not want to be the one to spoil you. We're going to talk about details all the way through the end of the book. Please don't spoil yourself here in this video. Okay, in this moment, President Snow is talking to Haymitch, and they're talking about Lenore Dove. This part is so creepy in the book, because we know that President Snow has loved his own girl from the Covey. Obviously, Haymitch doesn't know that, but they did such a good job making Snow as creepy as possible in this trailer. He seems so menacing. We know him from Ballad. We saw Tom Blythe's version in Ballad, and that man was becoming unhinged. He had a little bit of goodness left in him. This, I feel like, is peak Snow. By the time we get to Katniss, Snow has all the power and he's well settled in it. He kind of becomes a little more rattled as the trilogy goes on. By the time we get to Mockingjay and he's talking to Katniss and he says, "Don't you think I know that your friends are in the tribute center?" He's like lost his mind, but it's not in this way. This is like Snow at his absolute prime, and it's gonna be so freaking creepy.
You love her and she loves you. But now,
Oh, and he touched the necklace from her. When does this happen? They're in cages beforehand. I don't remember when, did they get like showered down the way they do in the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes book in this one? That might be the case.
you are on your own.
Oh my gosh, go back.
But now, you are on your own.
Okay, this is Lenore Dove after the original pick for District 12 gets shot, right? And so because she's like such a fighter, and then we see in the background Drusilla, like she's about to get really mad and pick Haymitch. This moment is going to be so, I feel like, just very, very dramatic in a heartbreaking way, and it seems like she's doing a great job of like portraying Lenore Dove's the joy that comes out of her, but also like the fire. That scene of her screaming, oh my gosh. Okay, so this is wild. The tribute parade, I assume that this is the tribute parade. This is crazy. It looks so like vivid, I think is the word that I'm going for. When we saw the Remember trailer, like the teaser a couple days ago, everything was so bright and colorful, and I think despite the sadness of the story, this is going to be so stunning on screen. Oh my gosh. Okay, so in the book, I'm pretty sure she's on like a hillside or something when she's yelling for him and stuff. I just have a feeling we're going to be crying within like 5 minutes of the movie starting, and it's just going to be deeply upsetting. And they did a really good job. She looks so small here, and I love it when there's like moments of the framing. I'm not a huge, like, I don't know, the language of film very well, but like having her be so small in this giant machine, it's like a good visualization of the power that they actually have in this moment, which is basically zero. Oh, it's crazy. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, Caesar's show, I feel like, is going to be all glitz and glam in this movie. I think they'll do it well, because I think there's a thing you can do here of showing the spectacle and making it in a way that the audience understands how disgusting it is that they've built such a show around the death of kids. Because at this point in the games, we're not quite at the tech level and the training level that Katniss and Peeta see, but we are far past what we got with Lucy Gray. It's become a show, and it's because of the way that Snow framed it at the end of Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. And now we see how the past 40 years from that 10th Hunger Games has built into this. It's the exact opposite of what it was when Lucy Gray went into the arena.
Welcome!
I mean, he looks great as Caesar. They did a really good job with casting, and I think we all know that.
To the second Quarter Quell!
Okay, so there's Burdock. So this is Burdock Everdeen. I don't think we see any other familiar faces here. It's going to be so interesting, because I wonder if they're going to have him say things to make it show his relationship to Katniss. Like, are we going to see mannerisms and things from Burdock that we saw from Katniss later? I don't know what Primrose looks like. If that's a Primrose, I'm going to lose my mind.
Quarter Quell!
You have no idea what's in store for you.
Okay, so we get that from Drusilla, but all of these little clips here that we have. Okay, I think at this moment she's talking to Maisley, right? Like, you have no idea what's in store for you. They do cut it to, twice the number of attributes, like that line, but it feels a little spliced there. So I think this is when she's talking to Maisley and basically threatening her. She looks so creepy. These little things, I noticed it in the first teaser, like the thumbtack Botox situation looks so creepy.
No.
Okay, so we get Plutarch pointing to the camera. This is his whole thing in this book, is figuring out how to showcase these tributes so that they can get the attention and the screen time, and it's his job to tell the story, but not in a way that's truthful, in a way that's entertaining. And I think that's going to be really interesting in this movie, and I think it'd be really, really cool if they show us, because we get cuts to the Capitol in these movies. We are not stuck with our narrator in the movies, which I think is always a really nice touch that we get from this franchise. And so I'm wondering if we'll see the cuts of the actual Hunger Games. So maybe we'll see the Hunger Games, and then maybe we'll see what the audience is seeing. Maybe they'll color grade it differently or something to show us what the story actually is and what story is being portrayed. Because I think that would be a really good way to handle the information we need, setting up for that scene where Haymitch at the end, when he's in this weird state watching all these different Hunger Games, including his own, and seeing how he was actually portrayed and how things actually went according to the viewers. This might be a good way for us to see that and to have an understanding going into that scene, so it doesn't completely blindside us, because we're not going to get Haymitch's inner dialogue where he's talking about how he knows that the Capitol can splice things together. That's gonna be so interesting to see.
No idea.
This is wild. Every single movie, I feel like we do get to expand the world a little bit and we get to see more. I can't see it close enough. I wonder if we're going to get a close-up of this and if this is going to be Tom Blythe. Looks like Tom Blythe. The jacket really does. Panem's #1 peacekeeper, because at this point, Snow can still sort of establish his authority by talking about how he was a peacekeeper. I feel like by the time we get to Katniss, that angle would have worn off. It would not be as effective, especially since Snow in that part of the story is significantly older. But at this point, he's still like young enough that he can kind of play off of this image. This is so cool. It shows how branded everything is. Everything goes back to the Capitol. Everything connects through it, and we never forget it for a moment in this story.
What's in store for you? Twice.
Oh my goodness. So this is Llewellyn McCoy. This is crazy. This part is going to be so sad, and I'm honestly so interested to see how they pull this off and like how this actually works on screen, because it's very, very creepy in the book. Enough that I was like, this could genuinely be a horror film if we lean into these aspects. It's gonna be sad, but I'm really interested to see how they pull this off.
Twice the number of tributes, twice the glory.
Presentation.
This reminds me of like that scene from Wizard of Oz, but if Dorothy hated everything. I think this shows McKenna Grace's character so well. I feel like with Maisley, we're gonna see that constant sneer and anger towards the Capitol, and I'm excited to see that from a tribute, because Katniss had it, but she was very understated in the way that she expressed emotion, and Maisley has none of that. You can tell every emotion on her face, and like she doesn't hold back, which I think is going to be really interesting to see.
Could save your life.
Okay, we did. Go back.
Presentation could save your life.
Presentation could save your life. The way he said that sounds almost exactly the way that Haymitch said sponsors could save your life, like in the first movie, and how he was talking about the whole reason you need to, like, the whole way you get sponsors is by how you present yourself. And so I feel like there's going to be a lot of parallels between the advice he gets in this movie and the advice he gives Katniss, because that is his role with Katniss, is the mentor. And so when we see, I think we'll get some from Plutarch, because Plutarch's really the one who teaches Haymitch a lot about perception, but I do think we'll see some of the things that he gives to Katniss from Mags and Wiress as well.
Shoulders back.
Oh my gosh,
big
the
smile.
boa. Did you see it? There it is. The snake. Are you kidding? Okay, so at this point, this is Lulu. That is crazy. I want to see a scene with her. If we get one more trailer, I would love to see Luella's like interview with Caesar, because I think that's going to be one of the craziest scenes in the entire franchise, like not just in this movie. She looks great. I love it.
Shoulders back. Big.
Oh my gosh. So this is very much Effie, obviously. Chins up, smiles on. Like, it's so Effie. And later when we see her with the purplish hair and the more like, I don't know if it's like just pale or silvery makeup, when we see that later, it's a direct reflection of our first look at Effie in the Hunger Games movie, which I think is a really great tie-in. And I wonder if we're going to see that at the very, very end.
Smile.
You're brilliant, Effie Trinket.
I confess to having a moment.
That's so
What do you
Effie.
think about the games having 100% more competitors than usual?
This is crazy. So this is Silka, obviously. Wild that she just brought weapons out on stage. But I guess like they're trying to truly create like a spectacle on stage to get their sponsors. So that'll be interesting to see.
From what I've seen, they're 100% stupid as usual.
I mean, like, okay, so we know this line. We knew it for years because we watched Katniss watch Haymitch say this, and we had a specific perception of how he said it. And I feel like he did a great job with this line delivery, in my opinion. In the original trilogy, all we see is this like arrogance from Haymitch, but now after reading the book, we know that this is a fabricated arrogance. It's not real. And this, it looks like the Caesar laugh. You know the laugh that I'm talking about. Oh my gosh. Tribute parade. This scene is gonna be crazy. I'm actually really surprised they showed us the accident.
President Snow has all the power.
Why do you submit to it all?
Oh, that part is going to be so interesting because it is very frustrating to talk to Plutarch in this book because, like, what is your answer to that? Because they can kill you right away. They're going to kill you in the arena. And, like, it's hard for Haymitch to answer that question. And I think it's hard for anybody to answer that question. But Plutarch, in his ways that he has, he's not very tactful sometimes in the way, like, he's very calculated, I guess, but he's very blunt. And I think that's going to be an interesting conversation to see him have.
If we can stop the games, we can stop.
Okay, so when we saw the remember thing, the remember trailer, I kind of was thinking that she was looking, she must be like a short person, because when she was looking up, I was like, the way she's looking, she must be looking at one of the tributes, and I would assume, seeing the height difference between the tributes, it would have to be Haymitch. That moment of sort of maternal love from Mags is going to be tough, and I think it gives us a really good insight into the way Finnick was cared for, and that's why he treated Mags the way he did in Catching Fire. And then I also saw a TikTok of somebody being like, Finnick was fighting so hard for Mags because he knew they were getting out. He knew the plan. And like, every time I've seen it and watched it, I think I just kind of went along with the narrative of like, Mags put herself in the games to sacrifice for Annie. And I think that is the root of it. Mags didn't want Annie going into the arena again. However, there's more to it where Mags sacrificed herself knowing help might have been 10 minutes away. They might have been getting out at any moment during that games. And she gave herself up anyway, and I think we're going to see a lot of that selflessness here because we don't actually really get to talk to Mags in Catching Fire. Okay, so this scene also is going to be Beatty. Looks like he's talking to Haymitch, and they're like devising the plan to talk about the arena, which is going to be really intense. That scene of him underwater, oh my gosh.
Capital 2.
The arena, it's a killing machine.
This is crazy. Wait, this. I did not picture it this intensely in the book, to be honest. I think this is going to be wild. Is this like I guess this is really us drawing the line between our tributes and like the career pack, because that's something we talk about in this book. The careers always build a pack when they're going into the arena because they're willing to fight together, and a lot of the outlying districts, they get picked off first because they're weaker and they don't have an alliance. And so this is our alliance here, which is, this scene's going to be really interesting to watch. I don't understand why are all these people in orange? Maybe those are just the trainers. I don't fully remember.
But all machines can be broken.
Go out there and make them remember you.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is earlier when we were talking about how Plutarch was talking about the sponsors. This is direct word for word from Haymitch Abernathy in Hunger Games, when he tells Katniss, I don't know how else to say it, make them remember you. And so I feel like this is going to be a really interesting dynamic between the two, because a lot of the time in the trilogy, we see Haymitch not necessarily looking down on Effie, but just kind of goofing around and not taking her seriously. And in this movie, I think we're gonna see him take her seriously, which is gonna be really an interesting dynamic between the two that we haven't ever seen before. Oh my gosh. Sorry, it's like we're going so fast. Everything gets 0.2 seconds on screen. Okay, so this yell, I think this is at the end. Like, I can't see his tribute costume, but I think this is back in District 12 with the house burning. This scene is really rough in the book when we get to talk to Lenore Dove, and it's like, it's good to hear her voice basically, but we also know that she's in so much danger. In Ballad, it's almost like FaceTime, so I wonder if this is the same like machine basically, where he's able to like kind of see her. That's gonna be crazy. That's the scene right there. I'm kind of surprised that they showed us that, just because it is such a big moment, but obviously it's a big drama flashy moment that they would put in the trailer. And we are getting so many like super quick clips here. I don't think we really got anything of Haymitch actually picking up Luella, but this right here is a fight with District 1, which is one of my favorite scenes in the whole book, when Haymitch uses his smarts and his strength, like he fights the guy off, but he sort of, when he doesn't have anywhere to go, he uses his like brain to beat him. Like, I don't know, when he's talking to the guy and he's like, don't do something stupid, like don't be stupid about this, and he's trying to like throw the guy off, and it does work. Maybe this is the moment right before Maisley like comes out with the blow dart thing.
I'm sick of living in fear.
Oh my gosh. Wait. Excuse me. This The color grading, everything, it looks like the end when we saw that little, remember, clip with Burdock Everdeen a couple days ago. This looks like that scene, which is the house burning scene, which means that this is not actually Maisie, this is Marilee. I guess they never did cast anyone for Marilee. I was really interested. I didn't know if they were going to have her play both roles. I think she has the range for it, obviously, but I wasn't sure if they were going to actually do it. And I think they did.
Just surviving.
This scene is one of the most intense scenes that I've read in a really long time, of him being under the arena and the water coming through and him like having to escape that. By the time he gets out of all of this, it's like too late to go save Ampert, and it's gonna be wild. Like this is so wild. I'm like surprised we're getting this many plot points in this trailer.
We're not animals to kill for their entertainment.
If you disobey me, we shall
Okay, this is what I'm talking about, where this looks very much more like the Effie trinket that we see in the Hunger Games. So maybe we do sort of see that evolution of her look in this one, because this is sort of her stepping into the role that she then eventually does for the next 25 years until she meets Katniss.
The bloodbath with the longest, most drawn-out death your people have ever seen.
Okay, so we get a lot of things here. Let me reverse.
If you disobey me, we shall open the bloodbath with the longest, most drawn-out death your people have ever seen.
Okay, so we got a lot of things right there. First, we get this note from President Snow. This is when he's talking to Haymitch before he goes in the games. When Haymitch basically finds out he has 0 chance of getting out of the arena. President Snow sounds absolutely menacing here. We have seen him be like this with Katniss before, but often it's not as direct. It's rare that we have President Snow, like, I feel like, threaten us so clearly. And seeing them coming up out of their tubes, they're all looking at each other before they come up out of the arena or come up into their little like pedestal things. That's crazy. And he's standing next to the District 1 tribute. Can you imagine? You're a District 12 tribute. You're about to get pushed up into the arena and you're looking at a career right next to you. That's so scary. And like, it's not just them. Like, you do see all of your competitors, and then we come out. This moment right here is really good because I feel like we saw the butterflies. This is Haymitch like kind of taking in the arena, because all the tributes are having this moment of like, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. Like the arena is.
And may the odds be.
That's wild. Do you remember if he said it like that in the book? Because that delivery is terrifying. Oh my gosh. That's so crazy. Because the odds are not in Haymitch's favor at all. And we know that going in, Haymitch is, his whole goal is to help their little like group. Like, what do you say? That was so good. I feel like I've just been on a roller coaster. That was wild. I'm very surprised they gave us as many little clips as they did, especially when it came to the conversations with Snow. Like, that was wild. I don't remember if he said, may the odds be ever in your favor, but then just kind of laughing at the end. First of all, that's brutal. That's a grown adult talking like that to a teenager. And then on top of that, I can't remember if that's how he said it in the book. No wonder they did those floral exhibits everywhere and then dropped a teaser. Like, they knew. They're like, we have a full cinematic experience coming to you. So prepare yourselves. I wonder if that's also why they've been like playing the movies for free online, is because they wanted people to hear those lines that were getting echoed here, which is, it's so cool. Like, it's going to be heartbreaking, but it's also going to be such a good movie and such a, I think, a clear and accurate adaptation, as we've gotten in the past with Hunger Games movies. So I want to do a video about the floral exhibits. I think that was such an interesting idea and like cool little hints and stuff. And I want to compare what was on the signs versus what was in this trailer. So keep an eye out for that. If you need a recap, I have a full Hunger Games playlist with talking through all of the books. We're rewatching the movies, doing reactions. So far I've got Hunger Games, Catching Fire, and Mockingjay, but we'll have part 2 and Ballad coming up soon. I'm so excited for this movie, and it's only April, so I feel like we could maybe expect one more trailer before it really comes out, you know? Like, we have so much time. so much space in between now and the movie. Would love to hear your thoughts. Any scenes that were in there that I didn't catch, what you're most excited to see, what you're most worried about seeing and being heartbroken over. Mine is definitely Ampert. Please like this video if you liked it. Click subscribe if you want to talk about more book stuff. My name's Caitlin. Thanks for watching. Bye.